A very warm evening to the youth of India. Dear students, we welcome you all to this platform of Waves of Knowledge, a professional course e-series with personality development series conducted by ISKCON Meera Road. So friends, as we all know, that a great start always starts by the name of God. So let's begin our evening by remembering the name of God. So I request Ms. Dhriti Singh to recite the prayers.
Hare Krishna. So I am going to recite the six Ashtakam prayers. Cetodarpanamarjanam Bhavamahadavanirvapanam Shreyakairavachandrikavittaranam Vidyavadhujivanam Anandambudhivardhanam Pratipadam Purnamritaswadanam Atmasnapanam Param Vijayate Shri Krishna Sankirtanam Nam Namakari Bahudani Jasarva Shakti Tatrarpitani Amita Smarani Bhagavata एतादृशी तव कृपा भगवन् ममापि दुर्दैवमीदृशमिह चानिनानुरागा ऋणादपि सुनीचेन करोरपि सहिष्णुना अमानिना अमानतेन कीर्तनीया सदा हरि धनं न जनं न सुन्दरीं कवितां वा जगदीश कामये मम जन्मनि जन्मनीश्वरे भवताद् भक्तिरहैतु की त्वये ऐनन्दतरज किङ्करं पतितं मां विषमे भवाम्बुधौ कृपया तव पादपङ्कज धूलिसदृशं विचिन्तया नयनं गलदश्रुधारया वदनं गद्गदारुधया गिरा पुलकेर्निचितं वपुकदा तव नाम ग्रहणे भविष्यति युगायितं निमेषेण चक्षुषा प्राविशायितं शून्यायितं जगत्सर्वं गोविन्दविरहेण मे आश्लीष्यावापादरतां विनश्च माम् अदर्शनान् मर्महतां करोतु वा यथा तथा वा विदधातु लम्पटो मत्प्राणनाथस्तु स एव न पर हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा
Thank you so much, Triti, for such a blissful and soul-soothing prayers. Now, do you guys know that CMC has conducted many activities before and is conducting activities during the lockdown also? So I request Ms. Priyanka Gupta to give us the details of the activities conducted by CMC till now.
It's my immense pleasure to address you all before today. So come on, let's go. Take a stroll down the memory lane. We embarked on a remarkable journey with the mega event of Umang 2020, which was an international youth fest. About 6,500 students attended that event from all over 20 different colleges of Mumbai. The orator of the event was Dr. Vivek Bindra, who is an internationally renowned motivational speaker, leadership consultant, and a business coach. Following this, we had acts and DJ nights. And then after this event, our CMC directors came up with the vision to convert confusion to consciousness among youth. And so, on 8th Feb 2020, we had the inauguration of CMC with our very first workshop by His Grace Amol Leela Prabhuji. This holistic character building program was a great triumph with over 400 participants. Our second workshop on 22nd Feb was a reparenting program by Mr. Abhinav Burman sir, where he effectively guided students for better understanding of self. Our third workshop on 8 March 2020 was on stress management, again by Abhinav Burman sir, But the best highlight was the event was that we made merry with Holi festival and also celebrated Women's Day too. And here at CMC, we also celebrate birthdays of participants to make the special day even more mesmerizing. And it is very rightly said that when you are determined, no one can stop you. So even this pandemic couldn't stop CMC. Our CMC directors organized the get-together session on Bhagavad Gita every day with students on a virtual platform. And now, to be the icing on the cake, is that CMC conducted, along with necessary life skills like stress management, anger management, personality development, CMC directors thought of imparting certain academic skills too. And so, we commenced our journey with 12 sessions on GST, organized by highly qualified professionals. It was a certified course, and prizes were given too. The cash prize of 5 rupees 5,000 were given to first three winners, and the cash prize for runner-up, best videos, and best posters were also given. And besides the GST training, we had the character management series overseen very competently by Professor Madhuri Agarwal and PA Deepak Bansal. Further, we commenced our journey with the lecture series on income tax and personality development. Online exams have been conducted and results will be provided soon. And now, we, the CMC team, welcome you all to the new and knowledgeable webinar on stock markets and character building. So guys, keep learning because learning is a journey that ends with nothing but gives you everything. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Priyanka. Now it's time to know about the vision and mission of CMC. So I request Ms. Rashi Bareja to elaborate on the vision and mission of CMC.
Good evening, everyone. Today, I'll be talking about the vision and mission of CMC. CMC is aimed towards nourishing the hearts of today's youth with the sublime message of the scriptures and helping them flourish in their lives in a wholesome manner. Happiness and the true fulfillment of the soul and unending success have been the goals of humanity from eternity. And therefore, the reality is one cannot upload love, one cannot download time, and one cannot either Google all of the life's answers, and therefore, one must actually live some of his life. CMC is the youth wing of Sri Sri Radha Giridhari Temple, Mira Road, Mumbai, a branch of the International Society for Krishna Consciousness, that is ISKCON. Now talking about the vision of CMC. For a sincere human being to live a life full of pure principles is a great challenge. CMC is serving as an oasis in the sense that it is a life-giving and a transforming society in the stress-ridden, fast-paced, rat-race society which is like a desert. Thus, CMC is committed to a facility like an oasis in the middle of a desert to keep oneself surcharged in the remembrance of the Supreme Lord Sri Krishna always. CMC is striving towards bringing the youth of all faiths together for rekindling the wisdom and reviving their loving and serving propensities. Now, talking about the mission of CMC. As India makes rapid advancements in the field of technology and is known by the whole world for its vast and untapped resources, especially the human resource, with 60% of the population belonging in the age group of 18 to 25, the future seems bright. But along with this euphoria, there is also a darker side to the reality, one that finds today's youth battling with drug and alcoholic addictions, work stress, exam pressure, pre and post marital infidelities, social media turbulence, and also mental depression. Therefore, CMC has ventured literatures with the desire to bring about positive revolutions in the misguided life of modern youths. The goals of CMC includes training in soft skills like public speaking, stress management, leadership, and management by the application of the timeless wisdom in the modern scenario, blending the character with competence in bringing about a long enduring success, unleashing the potential in an individual like concentration, motivation, self-confidence, etc., dealing with sensitivity and self-awareness in thoughts, words, and actions, and also organizing outings for experiencing closer touch with the nature and the marvelous gift of the Supreme Divine. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Rashi. Now, to make our event more live, I would like to invite Professor Madhuri Agarwal, who is the Principal Director of CMC, to give us a warm welcome note. So welcome, ma'am, and delight us with your kind words.
A warm good evening to all my dear participants over here. It gives me indeed pleasure and privilege to be here speaking to all of you. In this beautiful phase of this lockdown, these are two contradictory things. Lockdown and a beautiful phase? Yes, it is beautiful. The reason is because here we are on a journey to discover our own self. We are here to discover who we are, and we all have been discovering how we all have actually been discovering ourselves. We all are trying to become a much more better person. We have tried cooking. We have tried doing online shopping, which actually didn't work out. We have tried talking to every family member, which we couldn't reach out in this pandemic or even before in so many years. And we realized life is much more bigger than just purchasing some branded things. Life is much more beautiful than just dressing up with branded clothes and moving out on roads. Life is much more beautiful thing than just posting some pictures on the social media. Such kind of things reminded us in this lockdown how beautiful life is. Actually, in the form of COVID-19, Lord has given us a beautiful message to teach us how beautiful this life is. Therefore, we at CMC took this initiative that we all should come up together and try out doing something by which we can be bringing our change for ourselves, and not just for ourselves, along with us, with the other people too. Therefore, I, Professor Madhuri Agarwal, Principal Director of CMC, takes a warm opportunity to welcome all our dear aspirants of Character Management course, which launched a special professional series called as Waves of Knowledge. We have successfully completed many of our amazing seminars like GST, that is Goods and Service Tax. Then we had an amazing seminar on income tax. We also had character building courses like personality development, happiness and inside job, and many more to name a few. By this, we took a step ahead and we started up this beautiful seminar of stock market. You know, surprisingly, when the entire world was stopped, when the entire world was in a lockdown, it was the stock market, especially the Indian stock market, which kept running every day. The stock prices kept moving up and down, just like our lives. But yes, it didn't stop. Therefore, we decided to let's have a big launch of our beautiful event called as the stock market. And here we are indeed happy and pleasureful to announce that we had almost 750 students who had registered with us. And we covered almost 30 colleges in and around India. Many of the international students also approached us, but due to the time difficulties in US and here, they couldn't join us for now. But yes, it is an indeed pleasure for all of us to have you here and embark this beautiful journey of knowing each other. As you might all be aware, we are going to have these 16 sessions together, divided into two parts, 8 and 8, out of which the 8 would comprise of the stock market and the 8 would comprise of character building. Oh, why do we need character building as a part? It is a very essential thing. Because in this phase, we have realized how the person living with us affects us. How the world we thought actually does not affect us so much, but the family, our nature, our belongingness does affect us. So by this, I would like to greet you all and welcome, and also a heartiest thank you for showing your interest. Hope you're going to take complete opportunity of this beautiful course together, and we begin a new beginning with this stock market course. Thank you very much. Hope you get this message in good health, and we begin with our beautiful day. Thank you very much, everyone. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for such a heartwarming welcome. Now, to inaugurate our auspicious event, I would like to call upon our chief guest, CA Vishnu Agrawal, who is a chartered accountant, and he has also done diploma in system audit. He was the past chairman of WICR of ICAI. Sir is also involved in various social groups. So, welcome, sir, and please grace the event with your gratifying words.
Thank you. Very good evening to all of you. Hare Krishna. Respected the director of this CMC, Madhuri Agrawal ji, my very dear friend, CA Deepak Agrawal, Amit Agrawal, and outside I thanks to each one of you for inviting me and giving me this opportunity to share my views. Friends, CMC is doing very good work for the youth. The CMC has conducted so many programs on the GST, income tax, personality development, and almost so many colleges they have covered of the Mumbai. And the madam was just saying that international students were also approached for this program, but due to the time not matching with the time, the student from the abroad, they cannot join this program. Friends, the whole world is facing a very difficult time due to COVID-19. In this time, the CMC along with ISKCON and the social group of the Chartered Accountant, all the three persons are conducted a beautiful program for development of the youth. Friends, if we remember the 100 years ago, when our forefathers have not gone to school, colleges, that time we were facing so many problems. And now everyone going to the schools, colleges and taking the education. And in the age of 15 to 25, if we will waste the time of the single minute, single second, friends, this time will not come again. Friends, the CMC is doing very good work and conducting the so many programs for all the students, take the maximum benefit of each and every program, because when we go for any businesses, any job, anywhere, if we don't know the practical life, then we are failure in the market. Friends, GST, income tax and the stock market, three things are the common for everyone. Everything, how to purchase the goods and how to sell the goods, that you will learn from everyone. But the income tax, GST, stock market, you cannot learn from everywhere. Friends, this is the right time when you are studying also, and the CMC is doing the good program for everyone to learn this income tax, personality development, GST, stock market, and different programs for learning the students. Friends, not waste your time, and with the bless of the God, with the bless of the Hare Krishna, CMC is doing very good program to take this opportunity. Thank you very much for inviting me, and from bottom of my heart, I thanks to Madhuri Agrawal ji, Deepak Bansal, Amit Agrawal, and all the organizers who were giving the time, Rishi ji and Madam Sheikh, everyone is giving the time for this program. I thanks to my bottom of heart for giving this type of the program. Without all of you, our country will not succeed. Thank you, friends.
Yes, sir, I totally agree with you that we cannot learn GST, income tax and stock market everywhere. But CMC is providing us this platform. And sir, thank you very much for your delightful presence and work. Okay, now the time has arrived to start our wonderful event. But before starting, I would request Ms. Lovely Mishra to give a brief introduction of our wonderful speaker today.
A very jestful evening to everyone. So, it is with the special excitement that I am pleased to introduce our speaker, CA Hitesh Hemant Konkar sir. He is a chartered accountant and has done his MCom from Mumbai University. He is currently pursuing CFA, that is Chartered Financial Analyst, and support tax planning. He has grip on stock market and tracking it from past 5 years. There is an old saying, if you can speak, you can influence. If you can influence, you can change lives. So now I would like to welcome CA Hitesh Hemant Konkar sir to start today's session and delight us. Thank you, Hare Krishna. Over to you, sir.
Yeah, good evening, friends. I hope each and every one of you are fit and fine in this ongoing pandemic. Friends, firstly, I would like to congratulate you all. You must be thinking, why am I congratulating you all? Friends, in this tremendous time where everywhere there is negativity, you all have chosen knowledge over negativity. By doing this particular thing, you are one step ahead than the rest of us. Friends, by inculcating in this program, you have chosen to invest your time rightly than to waste it. So friends, without any ado, let's start our today's program. So friends, this whole session, this whole course is divided in 8 different sessions of stock market. Friends, I personally believe that if you want to learn something, just go and start from the inception, from the beginning. If you don't know the grassroots level of something, you won't be able to master that particular skill, be it a skill, be it a subject, be it a technique. You first need to learn its history. So friends, I have segregated this whole today's session into 3 different segments. First, being the history of Indian stock market. In history of Indian stock market, friends, we will learn how the Indian stock market was set up. And from there till its journey till now, we will come to know each and every aspect of Indian stock market. The second segment being what is share. Basically, friends, each and every one you must be knowing what is share. But if I try to explain you on a technical front, I guess there will be very few people who will try to explain this particular thing. So I will try and explain the basics, the fundamentals of what is a share. And friends, the third segment will be different types of share. On a wholesome level, you must be knowing 2 different types of shares, that is equity and preferential shares. But in preference share, there are many subtypes. I will try my level best to explain you all. Friends, I wish that this 45 minutes of session will be fruitful for you all. And I will be really very happy if you learn something from me in this 45 minutes. So let's start with our first segment, the history of Indian stock market. Friends, you will be able to see the image of a building. That is the reason why Mumbai is the financial hub of India. The reason why Mumbai is called as the financial capital of India. That's the building of Bombay Stock Exchange. Friends, this building is the symbol of money, the money power that Mumbai holds. Friends, Indian stock market is one of the oldest stock market in Asia. It started in the year 1875 by the name Native Shares and Broker Association. In the year 1875, there were no fancy buildings or sky-high skyscrapers. In the year 1875, 22 odd stockbrokers came together and sat under a banyan tree. Yeah, people के झाड़ के नीचे share market start हुआ था 1875 में. So the journey from the banyan tree till this art of a class building. In 1875, this 22 stockbroker came together, and the group of 22 stockbrokers was led by none other than the legendary stockbroker of India, Mr. Premchand Roychand, who is famously known as the Cotton King of India, also the Bullion King. These 22 stockbrokers, friends, came together and invested 1 rupee each. So cumulatively, they invested 22 rupees to start this association. Any guesses what is the market capitalization of BSE as of now? You will be amazed and surprised to hear this, friends. The journey started from investing 22 rupees to form an association, and right now the market capitalization of BSE India is $2.05 trillion. Just imagine the success story from 22 rupees to $2.05 trillion. In 1875, India was a colony of British Empire. So at that time, there was no formal government. So Native Shares and Broker Association was a monopoly, and it was a private organization. After India got its independence in 1947, Indian government thought of formalizing the stock exchange, like each and every other stock exchange globally, be it US, be it UK. So the year 1957 marked the recognition of India's first stock exchange, the Bombay Stock Exchange, by the Indian government. The iconic BSE index Sensex was first launched in the year 1986. Friends, we will be able to learn about Sensex in the later part of this segment. So let's go towards the next slide. Friends, you may have heard two names, that is BSE and NSE, that is Bombay Stock Exchange and National Stock Exchange. These two stock exchange are national level stock exchange. Basically, they are showstopper for Indian capital market. Globally, India got recognition because of BSE and NSE. Foreign investors also invest in Indian stock exchange via the route of BSE and NSE. But you will be surprised to know that India doesn't have only two stock exchanges. There are many different stock exchanges. For your information, at a time in India, there were 23 different stock exchanges. Just imagine 23 different stock exchanges in India. As of now, only 3 are functioning. The third one being Calcutta Stock Exchange. Friends, Calcutta Stock Exchange is the second oldest stock exchange in India. After BSE, Calcutta Stock Exchange was been incorporated, and still Calcutta Stock Exchange is functioning. It's a regional stock exchange. So yeah, it doesn't have the mighty power like national level stock exchange, that is BSE or NSE. So Calcutta Stock Exchange is a regional level stock exchange, and very few companies are listed over Calcutta Stock Exchange, but still it is operating. Friends, there were 20 other stock exchange apart from these three, taking the tally to 23 different stock exchanges. So the former stock exchange in India were closed due to the stringent norm introduced by SEBI. SEBI is the controller of stock exchange, the Security Exchange Board of India. So this 20 recognized stock exchange in the country opted to exit the business due to the stringent norm introduced by SEBI. So let's see which were the 20 different stock exchange. So friends, take a glance over this particular slide. If you want, you can take a screenshot or take a pic of this particular slide, because I have numbered down all 20 different stock exchanges which were present in India somewhere at the time. Just take a glance, friends. You will be able to see, I don't know, have you noticed it or not, but each and every state of India was having a different stock exchange at a time. Be it Gujarat, be it Kerala, or be it any northeastern state. Each and every state of India was having a stock exchange. Just imagine, it was totally decentralized. It wasn't with the government of India. So government thought of introduction of very stringent norms so that the retail investors, the small investors like you and me, are not being fall prey of the large fraudulent minds. So government introduced stringent norms, and these 20 stock exchanges opted out to close their business. India was having stock exchanges right from the north till the south, till east from the west. Let's see the next slide. Now let's talk something more about our two showstoppers, that is BSE and NSE. Friends, BSE is the Bombay Stock Exchange. As I told, BSE is the oldest stock exchange of India, and NSE is the youngest stock exchange of India. So the oldest and the youngest are currently running the show for India. The indices of BSE is Sensex, and Sensex is formed by 30 top companies of BSE. Sensex is basically, it replicates the market sentiment at a date given up. So Sensex is formed by 30 different companies, formed by 30 all the different segments, all the different sectors of India, be it pharmaceutical, be it FMCG, be it IT, banking, insurance. So it represents the market sentiments. Is market is going up or it's going down? So Sensex is formed by 30 different companies, and these 30 companies totally represent roughly around 45% of index free float market capitalization. The base index was rupees 100. Friends, as I said in the earlier slide, BSE was founded in the year 1875. The market capitalization of BSE is $2.05 trillion. and it is the 10th largest stock exchange globally. Friends, when it comes to NSE, Nifty is the indices of NSE. Nifty is formed by Nifty 50 companies, the top 50 companies of Nifty, which represents 62% of free float market capitalization. Base index was 30,000. The market capitalization of NSE is $2.03 trillion, and it is the 11th largest stock exchange globally. It's time of few years, Nifty is going to definitely take over BSE and became the 10th largest stock exchange globally. Let's move forward to the next slide. Friends, when you thought about investing in the market, or when you shared this particular thought of investing in market with your parents or elders or your peers, I can assure you, definitely few people would have shown the myths towards you that investing in market is very risky. I personally has definitely come around those peoples. So first, the myth which I have come around was investing in stock market is very risky. Sometimes it has been told by our parents, elderly people, and unfortunately sometimes by our teachers also. But I would like to showcase some light over this. I would like to share one quote from the legendary investor, Mr. Warren Buffett. He is the investor of the century. According to Mr. Buffett, risk comes from not knowing what you are exactly doing. I will repeat it once again. Risk comes from not knowing what you are doing. But if you are knowing what exactly you are doing, if you are researching before investing, you are not just investing because of some XYZ person gave you a tip, or you read in the newspaper, or you got a WhatsApp forward. This is your foolishness. But you are investing by your research, that I can assure you it's not at all risky. Driving a car on a road is also risky, but that doesn't mean that you are not going to drive a car. Are you getting my point? Let's come on to the next point, the next myth, which is hovering around the stock market. The myth is you need to have a very strong knowledge about finance. Then only you can succeed in stock market. It has been said, I generally was having that perspective that before I became chartered, I first need to learn few things, or I need my degree so that I can excel in the market. But this is absolutely false statement. I will give you a perfect example of this particular thing. There are many investors in India who are billionaires as of now, and they don't have any background whatsoever regarding finance. They are not having qualification in finance. The best example is Mr. Radhakrishna Damani. You may be knowing this particular person after the IPO of DMart, the Avenue Supermarket. But you will be amazed that he has created his major chunk of fortune by value investing. He is an investor first, then the owner of DMart. You may have heard the name Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, famously known as the Indian Warren Buffett. Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala has said it on air that Radhakrishna Damani is his guru. Just imagine, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala calls him his guru, then definitely that particular guy is having tremendous knowledge when it comes to stock market. And the degree which Mr. Radhakrishna Damani possesses, he is undergraduate. He has not even completed his graduation. Knowledge about finance is another different thing. So academics knowledge is not at all important. You need practical knowledge. There should be a fire inside you, a burning desire that you want to achieve something in market. If you want fast, easy money, fast money, then stock market is not your place. If you want to build a sustainable growth, definitely you will succeed in your life. The third myth that stock market is offering is small investors cannot make money. Small investors cannot make money from stock market. You need lots of money to invest in stock market. Many of you who are listening right now may be college going students, or few of are there who are graduates, and there must be few savings, $1,000 or $2,000, and you must be thinking, yaar, 1,000 mein kya hoga? This thing, everybody goes through this period of life. But I will showcase a perfect example for this particular thing. Mr. Paurinho Valiath. He is among the top 5 richest investors of India, top 5 richest share market investors. Mr. Paurinho Valiath, his life story is indeed an inspirational one. He belonged from a very financially poor family. His father is a farmer. Mr. Paurinho Valiath's first job was as a telephone exchange operator in Kerala. Just imagine a telephone exchange operator. Now he is a millionaire. Mr. Paurinho Valiath's father had to sold his land. He has to sell his land so that his son can get higher education. And mind you, higher education is not in finance. He's a law graduate. He has degree in law, not in finance. But he has excelled in share market because he had a burning desire. He had a fire inside him that he want to learn. He doesn't want to gain quick money. He want to build his growth on a sustainable period. And now Mr. Paurinho Valiath is a successful investor. He is having a fortune of $1 million. And the plot of land which his father sold, it's a fun fact, a plot of land which his father sold so that his son can get a higher education. Mr. Paurinho Valiath bought that plot of land after he gained a few millions from share market. So dreams do come fulfill if you have dedication to achieve that particular thing. Don't focus on your destination, but enjoy the journey. Then your dreams will fulfill. So friends, these three are myths. If someone somewhere points you out regarding this particular myth, investing in stock market is very risky, just give him the quote of Mr. Warren Buffett. That risk comes not from knowing what you are exactly doing. The second, if somebody points you out, you need to have a very strong knowledge about finance. Then you should point it out that just go and read about Mr. Radhakrishna Damani. If somebody tells you that you need tons of money to invest in stock market, then only you become a rich investors, then just point it out and tell him to go and read about Mr. Paurinho Valiath. Friends, now you know the basics of the stock market. Let's move on to another slide. So now we are in the second segment of our seminar. The second segment is what is share? So now first let us read the basic and the plain definition of share. A share is referred to as a unit of ownership interest which represents an equal portion of company's capital. A share entitles the shareholder to an equal claim on profit of the company if any are declared in the form of dividend. Now friend, let's break this definition and see at the wholesome ecosystem of share market. There are basically three parties in this whole ecosystem. The first being the company. Why do companies issue shares? What is the need to issue the shares? The companies want funding. And if they want to raise their capital, there are two routes. First is by issuing share, and the second is by taking loans by the debt route. Which one is the cheaper one? Yes, issuing share is cheaper, and getting a debt is a much more costlier one because you have to gain a recurring expenses. Each year you have to pay a fixed amount of interest on the debt which has been incurred. And when you issue a share, you don't have to pay anything in return. The dividend is itself not a mandatory thing. If you wish, you can declare a dividend. If you want to reinvest that particular amount of profit in your company, you can reinvest that particular amount. And the investors won't come to the company to redeem their shares. It's not redeemable. Equity shares are never redeemable. Now let's look from the investor's point of view. Why do investors purchase shares and why do investors sell the shares and buy the shares? Mainly two things. First, dividend, and second, and the most important is creation of wealth by the capitalization. Creation of wealth. The investors become a owner of the company. He is getting the ownership of the company. And as the time gradually increases, the share prices also increases. So he's get a capital appreciation. And who is the mediator in between? The share exchange, the share market. The share market plays a role of a mediator in these two parties. So now you are having a brief idea about this particular thing. Further in different sessions also, upcoming session, you will get a much more in detail idea of what is IPO, what is FPO. So now let's move forward towards next slide. So friends, as I told you earlier, you all must be knowing that there are two different types of shares. First being the equity share, which is also known as common stock. And the second being the preference share. The preference shares, as the name suggests, they get preference over the common stock. Now let's look into a bit detail what is equity shares and what is preference shares. What is equity share? Equity shares are long-term financial sources, long-term financing sources for any company. Why am I saying long-term? Because once you have issued share, you are not answerable or you don't have to pay something extra to your shareholders. If you want, you can declare dividend. If you don't want, you won't declare a dividend. It's up to you. Equity shares are long-term financing sources for any company. These shares are issued to the general public and are non-redeemable in nature. Investor in such shares holds the right to vote, share profit, and can claim assets of a company at the time of winding up of the company. The value in case of equity shares can be expressed in various terms like par value, face value, book value, and so on. Equity shares are responsible for the remarkable income of investors. Many of the investors, the large investors, Mr. Warren Buffett, Mr. Rakesh Jhunjhunwala, Radhakrishna Damani, they have made their fortune not by trading in shares, but by investing, the value investment fund. They have invested in these equity shares. The wealth creation not only works through high dividend, but also through capital appreciation of such individuals. So gradually, as the share increases, the capital appreciation takes place and the wealth increases by many folds. Now let's look forward towards preference share. So, friends, what is preference shares? Preference shareholders are entitled to receive a fixed dividend. They are entitled to receive a fixed dividend. Mind you, equity shares are not entitled to receive a fixed dividend. They are at the mercy of the owners of the company, at the management of the company. But when is the case of preference shareholders are entitled to receive a fixed dividend whose payment takes priority over the ordinary shares, that is the equity shares. So preference shareholders are paid dividend and they have a priority for the payment. First preference share are being paid and then after equity shares are being paid. There are basically three classes of preference shares. First is divided into right to dividend. The second class is divided into option to convert. And the third is divided right to vote. Now let's take a look for the first class, which is right to dividend. First is cumulative preference share and second is non-cumulative preference share. So friends, what is cumulative preference shares? Basically, a preference share is called cumulative when the outstanding amount of dividend, company has to mandatorily pay the dividend of a preference share and the dividend percentage of dividend is predetermined. For example's sake, let's just take 10% cumulative preference share dividend. If a company has not incurred profit, the company is loss making for the year 2090, it won't be able to pay the dividend amount. For example, let's say 10 crores. If cumulative preference share dividend is 10 crores and company has not gained any profit and it's a loss making, the outstanding amount of dividend will be carried forward to the next accounting year. That is, for the year 2020, the outstanding amount of previous year of 2019 will be paid first and also the current amount of 10 crores. So in total, 20 crores will be paid. When it comes to non-cumulative preference share, if the company is loss making and the outstanding dividend is preference share dividend is 10 crores, but the company cannot carry forward this particular dividend to next accounting year in non-cumulative preference shares. If company has made loss, that particular year's dividend won't be paid to the investors. Now let's come to the second class, option to convert, convertible preference share. By the name, as it suggests of conversion, the holder has the option to convert into equity shares. The holder of the preference share has the option to convert into equity share after a certain period of time. Investor in such kind of shares can enjoy fixed preference dividend for initial years. For initial years, the investor enjoy a fixed amount of preference dividend and later can convert to equity share and participate in any kind of upward change in share price. So this is the most preferable share option for any investor's point of view, because for initial year, they will enjoy a fixed dividend and after the conversion, they can participate in any upward change in share price. The second being non-convertible preference share. As the name suggests, it is a mirror opposite of convertible preference share. A non-convertible preference share do not carry any right of conversion into the company's common stock. So basically, non-convertible preference shares are plain preference share. They won't be having any right to convert in future also. Now let's see towards the third class. That is the third class of preference share. That is right to vote. Right to vote are divided into two types: participating preference share and non-participating preference share. So what is exactly participating preference share? Where the issuing company is entitled to pay an increased dividend. Increased dividend means over and above what was predetermined to its owner in addition to the preference dividend at a fixed rate. Also, the holder of the participating preference share may have the right to share the surplus asset of the company when it is winding up. If company goes into liquidation, participating preference shareholders has a right to have a claim over the surplus amount of the asset of the company over is winding up. Now, what is non-participating preference share? As the name suggests, the holder of non-participating preference shares are entitled only to a fixed rate of dividend that is predetermined, say 10%, 9%, and do not have any right whatsoever for the surplus profit and are non-participating until and unless expressly said in the memorandum of article, each and every preference share which has been issued is a participating preference share. So now let's go forward to the next slide. The next one being debentures. So what do you mean by debentures? Debentures are a debt instrument. Debt means it's a type of a loan. We have to pay a fixed interest. Debentures are a debt instrument used by companies and government to issue the loan. Companies use debentures when they need to borrow the money at a fixed rate of interest of its expansion. So basically a company has two routes, as I said and I explained you earlier, that company is having two routes. First, it can raise capital by issuing shares, equity shares in the market, and second, by issuing debentures or taking loan. When it comes to debentures, the ownership is not been diluted. This is the major plus point for any company, that ownership remains with the top management only. Ownership remains with the promoters of the company, and the ownership is not diluted. But at the same time, each year company has to incur a fixed cost of interest when it comes to debentures. Friends, let's take a look at types of debentures. So there are different types of debentures, and majorly they have been segregated into 4 classes based on security, tenure, convertibility, and registrations. So let's see each class at a time. Security. In security, there is secured debenture and unsecured debenture. So what do you know by secured debentures? And secured debentures are secured by charge on the company's asset. So secured debenture are having a charge on company's assets. They give the holder a right to recover principal amount along with any unpaid debenture interest out of the asset mortgaged by the company. So the assets are being pledged when it comes to secured debenture. Unsecured debenture, as the name suggests, are not secured. They do not have any charge on the company assets. Therefore, they have no claim on the company's assets with respect to the principal amount or unpaid interest. So when it comes to secured debentures, the investor is at a positive side. The investors has a charge against the assets. And when it comes to unsecured debentures, the company is having a upper hand, because if the company is not able to pay the amount, the company is not answerable. The company's assets are not secured against that particular debenture. So the investor cannot take the company's assets and liquidate it off. The second part is tenure. Tenure, there are 2 types, that is redeemable debentures and irredeemable debentures. So what are redeemable debentures? Redeemable debentures are issued for fixed period of time, say 5 years or 10 years. On the expiry of the fixed period, the debentures holders are paid the principal amount. So if a debenture is being issued for 1 lakh for a 10-year debenture period, so the debenture holder will get interest for each year, and at the end of the 10 year, he will get back his principal amount of 1 lakh rupees. What is irredeemable debentures? Irredeemable debentures cannot be redeemed in a company's lifetime. So they are perpetuity. In the irredeemable debentures cannot be redeemed in company's lifetime. Now, irredeemable debentures are only paid back on company's liquidation. Only and only if company is winded up, is liquidated, then only the amount of the irredeemable debenture is paid back to the company by the company. Now let's look at the convertibility. So convertibility, there is convertible debentures and non-convertible debentures. So convertible debentures can be converted into shares of the company on completion of pre-decided period. So the period is been decided ahead only. Say it 5 years or 10 years, that after 10 years, the debentures will be converted into equity share of the company. As we had a look towards preference shares also, because in preference share also there was convertible preference shares. Similarly, in debenture also there is convertible debentures. So convertible debentures can be converted into share of company on the completion of pre-decided period. The terms and condition of the conversion are mentioned at the time of issue of debenture only. So the terms and conditions are predetermined when it comes to convertible debentures. And when it comes to non-convertible debentures, as the name suggests, they can't be converted into equity shares of the company. Now let's move toward the last segment, that is registration. What are registered debentures? Registered debentures are registered with the company. The debentures can be transferred only by the transfer deed. Debenture interest is paid only to those names appearing in the registers of the company. So a registered debentures can't be transferred easily to anybody. That can be only transferred to the name which are been presented in the register of the company. And the bearer debenture are not recorded in the register of the company. As the name suggests, bearer debentures are debenture transferable by delivery and not required to transfer deed. So if a debenture has been transferred, bearer debentures, they can be easily transferable from one person to another. The holder or the bearer of the debentures are entitled to get the interest. So they are entitled to receive the interest. So friends, this was the basics of stock market. So in this particular session, we are able to learn the history of stock market, what is share, and also different types of equity shares and preference shares. So friends, I will highlight one point when it comes to how to gather knowledge regarding share market, which I personally have received from one of my professors, and he's a very renowned person all over India. Friends, many of you must not be reading newspapers. When I'm talking about newspapers regarding to the financial knowledge, be it Economic Times, Big Mint, or any other newspaper which gives you knowledge regarding financials of the company. You can gain tremendous amount of knowledge by investment of 150 rupees a month. It costs you 150 or maximum 200 rupees, but it gives you a tremendous amount of knowledge and you are updated. You know what the things are going in the market. You don't have to rely on others' information. Read as much as you can, gain knowledge from each and everywhere. Use the internet on a very rightful manner to gain knowledge. So we have learned many things today. This was purely a basics of Indian stock market. You will try and learn much more complex thing as the session goes ahead by different speakers. So as of now, I would like to end my session. I hope you learned something new from my end. And if there are any questions, I will be happy to answer them. Thank you.
Bashra, you're mute.
Thank you so much, sir. So if anyone have any question related to this session, so please ask or type it in the chat box or raise your hand. Okay,
Hello.
so
Hello.
Yes.
So what is algo trading?
Yes, Mr. Karan. Yes, Mr. Karan. Yeah. So Karan, this algo trading, it is basically regarding use of information technology. Technology has been used much more in algorithm trading, and there is a whole different session on algo trading, which will be conducted on the 7th or 8th session by one of the other colleague speaker. So just have some patience. You will definitely get tremendous amount of knowledge regarding algo trading. Right now, I won't be able to express each and everything about algo trading in a very few minutes. So just have some patience. You will get to know about algo trading. There is a session on 7th or 8th session will be based on algo trading.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Welcome.
Okay, we have one question from Kartika. She's asking, in which form of securities we can invest?
Which form of securities we can invest?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Hello, Kartika. When it comes to securities, as I told you, if you want to invest, initially the safest route will be to invest in equity shares only. As of now, you invest in spot market rather than indulging into the futures and options and altogether other different market. Invest in stock market, that is the equity market as of now. So you can invest starting from a very small or a riskless amount, which you won't be able to means if you are losing that particular amount, that would affect your whole financials. So you can invest in equity market.
Hello.
Yes.
I have some questions, sir. Is that allowed to issue irredeemable preference shares?
As of now, it is not allowed to issue irredeemable preference shares, but prior it was been allowed to issue irredeemable preference.
So, as we all know that issue of renewable preference shares is prohibited by the Companies Act. Then, when it comes to debentures, then why it is allowed to issue irredeemable debentures?
Yes, it was very good question. Can I ask your name again?
Amir Sheikh.
Sorry?
Amir Sheikh.
Okay, yeah, Amir. So when it comes to debenture, Amir, yeah.
Yes.
When it comes to debenture, it is a debt instrument. Debenture is not a equity instrument.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking. That debenture is an external capital which is
Yes.
a liability from third party. Then,
Yes.
but then as a company can't hold the owner, the capital of owner. Then how can they hold permanently the capital of external party?
Yes, but when it comes to debenture, the debenture can be definitely issued irredeemable debentures, but it is according to the Companies Act. And when it comes to preference shares, they are getting the ownership. Mind you, when they are issuing redeemable preference share, they are not getting ownership. So any fraudulent activity cannot be made. Debentures is not issuing ownership, but preference shares and equities are issuing the ownership. The major difference between debentures and preference share is the ownership funda.
So
In
who is
debenture,
the
you want to
owner?
become the owner.
So which kind of investor will be interested to invest some kind of money which he will not be get at any time of his life?
Yes, the investor who knows that his survival rate is like 30-40 years and he has 1 lakh excess in his hand, he will definitely invest that 1 lakh irredeemable debentures so that he will get constantly, he will get interest rate for next
Permanent
upcoming 30
income.
years. Yes, it is because permanent income can 1,000 each month can definitely defeat 1 lakh once.
So is that allowed to issue unsecured debentures?
Sorry?
Unsecured debentures.
Yeah, it is allowed to issue unsecured debenture.
Probably it shall be disallowed, I think, no?
No, it's allowed. You can just recheck once again. Unsecured debenture is allowed.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, welcome.
Okay, sir. Amit is asking, whenever we buy a share in share market, is it a preference share or equity share?
Yes, hello Amit. This question is whenever you are buying a share from a share market, share market is a secondary market. It is not a primary market. So whenever you are buying a share from a share market, is a equity share. It is not a preference share. And in the next session, if you will attend, you will get to know about the primary market as well as the secondary market. So share market is a secondary market. It is not a primary market. So in secondary market, only equity shares has been issued. Okay.
Okay, sir. Abhishek is asking, is equity good or debentures?
Okay, Abhishek. Abhishek, it is as per the need of the investor. When it's absolutely at the investor's point of view, equity is good or debenture is good. If you want a fixed amount of money each month, then debenture is good. But if you want capital appreciation, then equity is good. Hello?
Okay, sir. Sir Ram Kumar is asking to explain again the registered and bearer debenture.
Okay. Yes, Ram Kumar. So you are having doubt regarding registered and bearer debenture, no? Okay, so in registered debenture, so debenture, the name of the debenture holders, if debenture has been issued to 10 different debenture holders, the name of the 10 debenture holders is been registered, is been kept in registers of the company. So these 10 different debentures holders cannot transfer their shares, cannot transfer their right to the debentures to any other person. The name which has been present in the register, they only can get the interest and also the amount of registered debenture. When it comes to bearer, in bearer debenture, no name is been mentioned in company's register. So person who is holding the debenture share certificate, he can get the interest when it comes to bearer.
Sir Priyanka is asking, when it comes to investment shares, in which kind of shares we can invest at a safer side?
Which kind of share?
Yes, sir.
Again, I'm actually telling you need to have to research in which kind of shares you can invest. Means I can't pinpoint you few stock name of few stocks or something like that. You need to do a research. You need to, at the end of the whole session, whole course, you will your own self be able to know in which kind of share you need to invest in.
There are few questions that I have posted from the students. There are 2 questions there. Mubashira, you can read out for Sir Prabhakar.
Yeah, I can read it. It's okay.
Sorry.
Yeah. Hello.
Sir, Abhishek is asking, are debenture goods or equity ho gaya na?
Yeah. So
How can we purchase preference share?
So basically, preference share have been issued in the primary market and they are not been issued in the secondary market. So the stock exchange, BSE and NSE, these are the secondary market. So preference share have not been issued as of now in secondary market. They are been issued in primary market. So the fundas of primary market will be covered in the later sections, which will be taken in the second or the third session. So in primary market, preference share are been issued.
Sir Kartika is once again asking, is it safe to invest in this current situation in mutual fund?
In mutual fund, basically you are not owing to the risk appetite of particular thing. You are just handing over your money to some another mutual fund institution and they will look into it. You are not taking the decision of what to purchase and what to sell. So mutual fund is any day, it is safe. But when you need to learn something from share market, you need to invest from your own self. And at the current scenario, yes, if you are looking towards long term, it is definitely safe to invest.
Okay, so here is an interesting question. What happens to our shares if the share broker runs away?
No. Right now everything is demat. Nothing is on paper. Everything is digital format. So no, it doesn't matter if your share broker runs away or his office gets closed down. You are the owner of the share, and you can definitely gain the amount what you have invested. So that is not an issue.
This is a question by Priya. Why one should purchase unsecured debenture?
Yeah, it is. See, listen, unsecured debentures, secured debentures. Definitely, everything has its pros and cons. Why one should invest into unsecured debentures? It's absolutely one's own choice. Means sometimes in secured debentures, the percentage of interest should be 5%. When it comes to secured debenture, the interest which has been given by the company is 5%. And when it comes to unsecured debentures, because it is not been secured, so company will offer lucrative interest rate, that is 10%, 12% interest rate. So basically, if the person wants to enjoy much more interest rate, then he will invest in unsecured debenture. If it's going for a riskless thing of secured debentures, he will get less amount of interest rate.
Okay, sir. This is a question from Ritesh. What will be the taxation policy when we sell our shares?
Yeah, that is altogether different. That it's a long-term tax or a short-term tax is based on what is the tenure that you have kept your share.
Okay, so thank you, sir, for such an informative session on stock market. Now I would request Ms. Riti Upadhyay to come up and propose a vote of thanks to express gratitude, because gratitude is the best attitude.
Sincere thanks to CA Hitesh sir for providing us with such an enlightening session. As our chief sir, we are all inspired by your great work, sir, and I must mention a deep sense of appreciation for your explanation on stock market and everything that you told us today. And I do hope that your words may help all the students that have been a part of this, that will surely bring change in our lives. Finally, I would like to take this opportunity to express our gratitude to CMC firm for providing the platform and CMC directors, C. Deepak Bansal sir and Professor Gauri ma'am for their logistic guidance and support. I also extend and behind the scene for their cooperation and effort in successfully organizing the event. Last but not the least, a hearty thanks to all participants. See you all in the next seminar, and I hope you all had a great time being a part of this seminar. Thank you so much. Hare
Thank you, sir. Now I request everyone to please turn on their camera to take a pure photo. So everyone, please turn on their cameras.
Gracious, can you please stop sharing? Yes, smile everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, everyone. Now what next? So to give details about the next session, I would request Ms. Sheetal Sonar to come up.
But those who cannot learn
Thank you so much, Sheetal. Now, thank you everyone for participating and gracing the event with your presence. Hope to see you all in the next session. Now we can all end the meeting.